Hello, everyone. Claire Federick here. I hope you're having a great day. I wanted to make this video in order to show you my user expert review so that I could express what my client's website, which is this one right here, it's called Warrior's Kennel. She is a breeder of Whippets and Silken Windhounds, which you may have heard of before or not. So one of the first things I noticed as I was looking at this is certainly an interesting use of space. For this website, I feel that this is designed for reading and not scanning. There's just a lot of information here, and I think it will overwhelm a user if they're looking for too long. Additionally, this image, while it's really lovely because it shows the breeder and the dogs, they kind of are all mashed together, so it's hard to sort of separate out who's who. And I think that could also be shown a little differently. Another issue was with navigation. So for example, about us, she has future litter plans here and then previous litters over here. And this may also confuse a user who's not sure what they're looking for. They may just be looking for puppy litters and then they have to look in two different places. The other issue with this website that I noticed is that her application, which you follow here, there's quite a bit of text that I think is intended for reading and not scanning. And then the link is also not in any different color, unfortunately. And so that leads then to perhaps a confusion from the user if this is actually live or not. Once one then clicks on it, you have to do an additional step to actually fill out the form. And I personally think that a user would be much happier if they could simply just click something and fill out a form as in a Google Doc form or something like this. So those are some of the issues that I saw in this client website. And then what I'm showing you here actually, while I didn't have to do this, I actually decided that I wanted to rebuild my client's website. And whether or not she uses it or not, it's a great exercise for me. So I did this in Google Sites, and I tried to fix a lot of the issues that I just mentioned. So now we have a very clear image, depending on what kind of setting you want, of at least there's a very clear image of a dog, so we know what kind of business we're looking at. There are links to then follow what the breeds are, what the breed standards are from AKC and also from the Silken Windhound International Club. What is a Whippet? What is a Silken Windhound? Users may want to know these things if they're not familiar with the breeds but are interested. So then I did a tab over here called About Us. And this is what to expect. So first of all, About Us. Here we actually have some great images of the dogs, exactly what you're getting as far as what you come home with when you get a puppy, and pictures of two of her major breeds, as well as a few of the Whippets as well. I'm still not quite sure about this page. As far as what to expect, these are just placeholders, but some great text that she mentions here, which is just shorter and easier to read, I think. I also have her credentials because she had this on her website, but unfortunately, it was in a place that was not easy to see, and I think this should be very clear for a user to see if they're serious about buying a puppy. Also, she had reviews on the main homepage, which is a great idea, but not everyone's going to scroll through that whole page for the reviews, so here they can just go straight to them if they want to read them. And here I put litters, past, and future planned. So past, this is planned. So there's one for this actual summer. And then past, we have past litters. And I've created, all of these are populated yet, but I've created pages for each of these litters so that everyone can see what the dogs are. And then that every dog has their own page, accomplishments they've made, things like that. So that it's really clear just for the user, and it chunks the material nicely. And then moving on, then we have our Whippets. So specifically, one for each page, one page for each dog. So for example, here's Cinna. And the pedigree is right here, so if anyone wants to follow that, then they can. See everything you want to know, and lots of stuff you probably didn't. And then we actually have a story of Cinna, who is now our dog. And there are one of these for pretty much each of the animals. So we also have one for Iris. I think I already showed you that. I also put the application here, and what I'd like to do is I also made footers here that has her logo, contact us button, and puppy application, so at any point a user can click on those. And she also makes hound coats, so I put that in there as well. And those, I think, are some of the changes that will be helpful for this website.